What's your favorite animal?
Your favorite animal?
A cat.
Ah,
now they have a cat.
Ben.
Ben.
Wait, Eva's turn.
I don't know.
Eva, do you have a question for Pop Pop?
Eva, can you ask Pop Up a question?
What's your favorite apple?
Your favorite what?
Apple? Apple?
I already asked that. You have to ask
You
me.
just asked
You have to
that.
ask your own question.
What was the question?
Favorite animal.
She asked me.
Honey.
What's
Eva, here.
You can come back to her.
your favorite fruit?
Food.
Or your favorite food?
Favorite food is hummus.
Hummus.
I make it myself.
Alright.
The one he does himself.
We can come back.
Waiting for
Ben, do you wanna-
right?
Oh, you only second, no? And
Should we
then
pass?
come back to
Okay,
me.
Ben's thinking. Next,
No, just let
Aly-
not
Alyssa.
we can come back to it.
We'll
come
come.
back
We'll come
to
back to him.
And that's your question.
He doesn't have.
I don't know.
He doesn't have.
No.
Israelis don't have
Israelis
middle
don't
names.
have middle name.
Oh, so my
No,
screen
in
is
Israel,
red.
nobody has a middle name.
Oh, you have even more strawberries?
I don't have a middle name.
Gee, like,
Colombians don't
I don't care. I'm just saying.
Michael Robert and David
Alright.
Joseph and Steve.
What? I'm kidding.
He forgot.
I forgot his middle name.
Me? My middle name is Jerome.
Jerome.
Sounds like Jerry.
Yeah, Michael J.
No, not
That's
Michael.
not Michael. That's Steve.
Steve J.
Steve J.
Even J, like Jerry. Jerome.
Michael Robert.
Right.
Yeah.
And David J.
David J.
Yeah,
David
okay.
Joseph, Daniel Joseph,
Yeah.
Steve
Abby
Novak,
Joseph.
Samuel Novak,
No, I'm
Josiah
Jeff
Novak,
Novak.
Jeff Novak.
Yeah.
Sarah, what's your question?
J's?
What's your favorite place you ever traveled?
The favorite place you ever
My
traveled?
travel will be
Your favorite vacation ever? I think she's
Davis,
asking.
California.
Aww.
Yes. To spend time with the family there, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't do it the last few years, but I came there every single
August.
August, ever since she was born.
You went to a lot of birthday parties in
Yes.
the backyard.
I remember when I had my American.
Uh huh.
And
Okay.
I always liked California. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because we would go wine tasting.
Besides Oma, who was your best friend?
No, I can't. You wouldn't know. I have quite a few. You wouldn't know the name would mean anything.
Right, but
But
like,
that's
A
okay.
little
what
about
was
him
his
if it's
name?
somebody.
How
Her
long
name.
did you know him? Her name? How long did you know them?
Her name was Sherry, but that's before I got married. I was.
Who was your Who was your best friend
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
Could
best
be a man or a woman.
when you were a kid
that
growing
person-
up? Who was your best friend?
Right, like
Best
growing up
friend.
as an adult.
The army or the
No,
high
there
school?
was a guy on the street. His name was Emmanuel, and we went to school together, and we went to high school at Greta Chica together, and we went to the army together, and he got killed.
Yeah.
Then you have your question.
Okay, Benjamin. We've given you time.
The last grandchild question
That's
before we
mine.
go to
Thank you. That's very
The
sweet.
others.
Thank you.
What?
I'm sorry, you lost your.
Ah,
You don't have any questions you can't think of?
Did you ever have like a favorite, like, what did you like to do? Like favorite hobby or what?
I don't know. I think
hobby.
Like
I used to be.
your favorite activity?
Used to be driving.
Oh yeah.
Believe it or not, I went to the Pocono Raceway.
No more.
Yes, after police stopped me on a Sunday night, going 140. I have the ticket.
The
He
M3.
gave me going 145 miles an hour, but you didn't believe it's me because my license almost expiring didn't look like me at all. I have the picture before and after, and I have the ticket. And finally, he told me, he couldn't believe it's me. He said my face doesn't agree with the picture because it was 1984. I lost the weight, and the picture was from 1980. So
That's your question.
finally, he let me go. He said, next time if you want to go that fast, you go to Pocono, right? Which I did. By the way, let me drive my car. You have to have special insurance, you have to have special belts and all that, but I have the tickets and that was the information.
So his hobby is driving really, really fast.
So,
Really, really fast.
That's his hobby.
My turn.
What about Linda?
Do you have a question?
Who is your favorite person in the world?
Linda. Yes.
What a shocking
He
answer.
knows he'd get a black eye if he didn't say that.
Smart. All right, my question. Do you think that when Michael gets to be your age,
Yes.
will he be having sex?
Yes.
Say yes.
alright, how much
My
alcohol?
question is a little less spicy question. Alright, we want to know, of all the cars you ever owned, what car was your absolute favorite
In your entire life.
of all?
Car?
The one
Yeah.
All the cars you ever
Favorite car.
owned.
Was
The
it
M3?
The M3?
Yes.
Oh.
M345.
Okay, you have to tell us why.
BMW, I think.
Why was it
Because
your
it was
favorite?
fun to drive.
Uh-huh.
When you put it
M3
in
for
fourth
fun.
gear, it zoomed from 0 to 60 in like 4 seconds.
Uh-huh. A lot of power and.
A lot of power, much more
No.
than it was. Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right, nice.
Dad, you're supposed to say the one that you were just talking about earlier.
Yeah, you have to say the,
The
one
black,
that
the black Porsche.
That's why he didn't ask about the car when he called.
Let me have it.
No, Denise.
And
Oh, Denise.
I had the
Can I
black
ask a
one
question?
and I had the
All right,
red coat.
next is Denise.
Okay, so you over the years in your life have made a lot of big life-altering decisions. Next to marrying Linda, what was the best decision you ever made?
What is the best decision you've ever made in your life? Forgetting about marrying me.
What?
He said that was
So
the
the next.
What
The
was
next
the best
thing.
decision?
What's the
you've ever
next
made in
best
your life?
best thing?
The next best thing other than
The next, other than marrying me.
I don't know. That's probably has to do with finance. That I stopped. I decided that after 50 years, from 1972 to 2022, that I used to do all this work for 50 years, and I decided to retire.
That was
At that time, and that's what I'm trying to enjoy some retirement.
Yeah.
I guess it's like a circle.
All right, so my question is more going back. Me, Jeff, and Dave all had an opportunity to meet your older sister, Sarah. We're the only
Yes.
three in this room who met her.
Right.
We want to know, she was, 3 years older than you, right?
Yes.
Tell us your favorite memory that you have with Sarah.
Of
Because
Sarah.
we don't know about, even us, the three of us, don't know that much about your relationship with Sarah, who we have a namesake here. So tell us a good story about you and Sarah and your sister Sarah.
Well, I didn't have much when we were growing up. The only time was when I was in the army and I used to come to visit Tel Aviv. And usually I stay with my grandmother. She had a condo and all that. And I came to visit Sarah, and she always insisted that I stay with her for at least one day to be together. Because I didn't see her for all these years I was in the army.
Yeah.
And it's really, really always can't forget that she really wanted me to stay with her.
Yeah. Us too.
Mhm.
She always had us stay
Yeah.
with them. I don't think when me and Dave went, unfortunately, I don't think she was able to do that. But when I was there, when Jeff was there, 10 years earlier, she
Yeah.
always, she always had us come, and she always had us stay with her. And she would always make us lunch or dinner, whatever. I have a little story for you. I think I might have told you a story. I don't know if you know this one. I don't think Dave knows. I went to Israel on a $299 flight. It was a one-day special, or leave on a Thursday, come back on a Sunday or something like that. It was $299 round trip, nonstop, in 1998. And I got off the airplane, I got on the bus, and went directly from the airport directly to Sarah's house as my first stop. When I got there, she said, "What are you doing here?" Did I ever tell you a story? Do you know? I don't think Linda knows this one either. So I'm like, I found a cheap flight. I figured I'd stop by and just say hello and then go wherever I need to go. I found, she's like, "I can't believe you're here." I'm like, "Why? It's 1998, flights aren't that difficult to get on." She's like, no. I'm like, "I don't get it." She's like, "Today is your cousin's wedding." And she was getting ready. I got there about 2 hours before the wedding was about to start.
Who's wedding?
Hadass.
Oh.
It was her wedding night. I didn't know. No one sent an invitation to the United States. And I got there, and she, I'm like, "Well, I don't really have any clothes," and she gave me some Monopoly clothes, and they fit more or less. And I went to Hadass's wedding that day with no invitation. I'm like, "Are you sure it's okay?" She's like, "I guarantee you it's okay." And I showed up, everybody was crazy surprised that I was there, obviously, and that's just the kind of person she was. Just like you. You both were amazing people.
Question.
You just have to ask
A question. One question.
All right, think of it while Jeff goes.
Jeff's gonna go next.
Yeah, I can't go after that. I might drop home.
It's just a simple question.
I have a question. So, what if you had a time machine and you could go back to any decade in your life, maybe your 10s, I don't know, your teens, or your 20s, 30s, 40s, etc. From a perspective of reliving the joy of that time, not wanting to do it over again to fix something. If that was my favorite decade, I want to relive that decade again.
Butterfly effect.
So which one?
What would it be?
1960s.
60s?
Yeah, it was the most interesting year, 1962, going from Israel, from Tel Aviv to New York, and it took a year to do that.
So you were in your 30s?
I was
20s.
in Rome for 6 weeks.
Right.
He was like Daniel's age.
26? 26?
Yeah, 25.
Between Josiah and
But
Dan.
I spent the whole year traveling all over.
That's what Daniel's doing.
He's not all over Europe, but the United States.
I got stuck in London for 6 months.
Dating a leave.
Because he had a girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was serious. She was the daughter of the Israeli ambassador to the UK.
That's right.
And I had a room in an apartment building that belongs to my to Shula's brother, my sister-in-law. She had a brother, Mike Mansour, on a big restaurant in a building and all that, and he let me stay in one of his units. Yeah.
Since we're on the travel theme, let's say cost wasn't an option and transportation was an option, or an issue, I should say. And you could just be plunked down like they do maybe like Star Trek, where you could just be plunked down wherever you wanted to be, anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Where would it be? Like if you could go anywhere in the world, regardless of cost or logistics, that would be, you could just go there. Where would it be?
Florida.
Oi, oi,
You're already in Florida.
you are in Florida.
I'm talking to stay. I would say
I'm not saying to stay.
You've been
visit.
here since 1990,
I'm saying to
2000.
visit, you know, to visit. Like if you could go anywhere. Not saying you'd like to
If
live
you
there
could go
forever.
anywhere in the world.
You could travel.
And you didn't have any pain. And
Yeah.
You could walk in.
And you
And
don't have to
everything
worry
was
about the
good.
flight or the money
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you
You
just
could
go
travel.
anywhere.
Health is not an issue.
The places I've never been to was Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, that's where I want to go.
I've always wanted to go. It's
He
too
was
late.
there.
You can go see
Too
more
late.
place.
Yeah.
Jeffrey was in Australia.
Can I
Why
ask,
didn't you take me along with you?
Can I ask another
I've always,
question?
really.
I want to.
That's one
I
of
know
the
we all
places.
get one question, but on the theme of what he's saying, what of all the vacations you've been to, what place was the best or the favorite of all time?
Yeah, that I already asked.
Oh, you did? What was it?
I would say,
Yeah, I think that was.
All right, favorite vacation.
I would say
Yeah.
it would be in Spain.
Spain.
The brain is mainly on the.
In Spain, in great.
For 2 weeks. I went all over the country for
Where
2
in
weeks.
Spain?
Do you
What,
sing?
what city?
What city is?
Malaga. But
Malaga.
I was all over the country.
Where is that?
All over was the most
Where?
Where that
interesting
timeshare is?
I don't know.
vacation I
Wait,
ever
where do you
had.
say in Spain?
Malaga.
Malaga. But he went all over Spain, and he
Yeah,
said
that's
it
true.
was just so beautiful.
Really
Yeah.
Is that where the timeshare is?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah?
So we have to go there.
Yeah.
Alyssa has a question.
Okay.
Do you have like a favorite or just a good memory of like when you were younger or growing up?
What was
Like
that?
when you were-
Your favorite
when you were
memory
a
when you were
teenager.
growing up. What's a good memory that you like
As a
to think
teenager.
about as a teen or young adult?
Okay, because I was growing up with my parents for only 14 years. Then I had to go to the school somewhere else. Then I had to go to the army somewhere else.
So your last year with your parents, with your family.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite memory?
1960, 62. Yeah.
No, not 1960 or 62, because you were here.
No.
But you
When you
went
were
on that
13.
time. You went
When you were
on
like
that year
13,
to
before you-
get to the States.
1960, I went to the army 54 to 57. Then I went back to back
Chicago.
for 1 year. Then I went to Tel Aviv. Then I went and borrowed a lot of money to get my father's
Hotel.
hotel. He had a guy with him, and I had to buy the guy out
A partner.
and all that. And
He had a partner
So
he had
what's
to
your
Your
what's your
favorite memory?
favorite memory?
As a kid.
Yeah, as a kid.
As a kid or growing up.
as a kid, I don't know, didn't have any.
You don't have any favorite memory?
No, it's different. We didn't have
Birthday parties, nothing.
thing.
You
All
didn't.
the kids in my class, they all of them, I went to their bar mitzvah. We were the same age, and they went to mine. I don't know. I think the most interesting was May 15, 1948. Everybody was out in the street, and you go on cars and trucks and all the whole city was moving around because that was they declare it as
Israel
the
as a state country, as a state
Yes.
country.
And it was really the most exciting to everybody, not to me.
So that's
Everybody was celebrating, Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a very, very big, I'll never forget that.
So you were like 11 or 12?
48, he was 11.
Yeah, 11. Yeah. But we were guys, they would let you, cars and truck would stop to pick you up and take you around all the streets. You know, there's a lot of, all the kids were going all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very big celebration. It was all over the country.
Right.
It's something you can never forget.
Oh, thank you so
Ah.
much.
So